Well, I'm here in the nicest way possible to say that I want all of us to collectively shut the fuck up.
No. No, I don't think I will.
If there's one thing the zombies community really struggles with, that is mob mentality. And today I'm essentially just going to be talking about a topic that I am really passionate about because it's just something that has not been said at all. This video in essence is kind of a response to Rushin, where essentially he called out the community for being downers and that people need to stop being so negative and just be positive. Positivity. It gets to a point where you just get so frustrated with these takes because it's just so one-sided. People just don't seem to understand why people feel a certain way they do. So today I'm basically just going to be explaining why people feel this way and why there is negativity in this community and why people feel like COD Zombies is dying from my perspective. Let's jump straight into this. I think the premise of this is really simple. It stems down back to the last 3 COD Zombies games. World at War through Black Ops 3, I like to reiterate this point a lot. The formula of the mode stayed virtually identical. Every core basic gameplay mechanic was essentially the same. Sure, there are some variances between games, but overall, a lot of the core gameplay pillars, like the perk system, the starting pistol, point system, all the basic things, the basic economy of the game is exactly the same. But then we go into Black Ops 4 where they essentially try to rewrite everything starting from the point system, the loadout system, the specialists on spawn, and a lot of other gameplay design decisions were essentially rewritten in this game. Alongside with that, they introduced a new storyline that basically took a lot of the resources away from our Ether storyline we've loved for many years. I will give Black Ops 4 some props though. A lot of the sound effects, a lot of the atmosphere, and everything was essentially a continuation of what they were setting up in Black Ops 3. Zombies Chronicles introduced some new sound effects that would be used also in Black Ops 4. The new power-up sounds, new zombie sounds, the new barrier rebuild sounds. All that stuff was set up in Zombies Chronicles and Black Ops 3. So that was essentially a continuation of what they were actually doing in Black Ops 3. And just overall, Black Ops 4 itself felt like zombies, and I'll give it that. But the gameplay design decisions is where they decided to take a nosedive, in my personal opinion. And this would actually continue into Cold War as well. A lot of those gameplay design decisions were praised for some reason, even though Treyarch did the exact same thing in that game as BO4, but mob mentality, that is a very good example of that. People say BO4 bad, so automatically it is bad. But everyone said Cold War good, so that's why Cold War is good. Believe it or not, that is an actual thing. I'm not just speaking out of my butt here, it's just the truth. And it's just a reality that a lot of people need to hear, because I saw this sentiment all year long with Cold War. The gameplay of Cold War is the best gameplay, but etc, etc. That was a constant thing I've heard throughout the community. And then with that gameplay as well introduced Outbreak, which would essentially be the catalyst of what we got with Vanguard Zombies. Ever since Black Ops 4, Treyarch has taken a nosedive in morale within the community. And sure, they did gain some back with Cold War, and that's simply because people just like things that are easy. That is the reality of the situation. Cold War was a lot easier than Black Ops 4, and it set a lot of things up for the future that made people want to go back because they really enjoy multiplayer and Warzone, and the fact that everything was integrated together gave them more incentive to go back. And they did all this at the expense of the players who did not really want zombies to be connected with multiplayer. They're two separate experiences for a reason, but Treyarch felt like, hey, it'd be better for us to just do that instead of appealing to our player base who's been sticking around for forever. I can understand why they did that from a monetary perspective. Appealing to a wider audience will eventually in turn make them more money, which makes sense. But when they do that, it's at the cost of their player base who've been sticking around with them forever, which I just have a problem with, man. And it's the reason why over the past couple years, I have been very negative around this mode. That's why morale for some players have been down, and that's why some people feel Zombies is dying, because it is for a lot of people. And the only way a lot of these people will say say it's not happening is when we constantly go back to BO3 for custom zombies, when we have all these innovative map developers creating some absolutely fantastic experiences that even rival some of Treyarch's official content. I still go back to Black Ops 3 all the time because the custom maps are just fantastic. There are just so many freaking good maps out there. Sure, I may personally prefer when Treyarch releases official content, but custom maps, like, they're just getting so good, to the point where I just don't really see the need of constantly buying new COD Zombies games, especially when they're just gonna release subpar products like Cold War and Vanguard. But hey, that's just my opinion. I just feel like the sentiment that people are saying that COD Zombies is dying is a perspective that is pretty common throughout the community, because a lot of them feel like they are being completely ignored by the developers, and the developers are essentially, you know, prioritizing a different audience than what they were doing years ago, because that is the case. That is what they're doing. But at the end of the day, you just gotta suck it up, and if you want what you want, I guess you'll just have to continue going back to a 7-year-old game. I really just can't believe it. It's been 7 years since we had a zombies experience like that. What happened? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did and you want to see some more videos on the channel, make sure to drop a like on this video. I can't really do that thing anymore. I'm back on my Panasonic camera because it has the best image quality at 1080p, so we're gonna get that silky 60 FPS. If you guys want to see more videos on the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and never miss a video when I upload it. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.